Part 9. Corroding Influence. Hostility Dose. No more beauty than a girl, or a dead flower, or a girl or a knife. Put out my cigarette. I'd hate to start a fire. Sky trembles, heavy cloudy smoke. Nobody talks to the dope prowling jaguar. I look real ill in the sunlight. Wind Run plays one more time. Blows through windows. You're just another whore. Don't know why it gets to me. Untruth is hard to ignore. I'm glad I can't control my temper. Keep talking and digging your own grave. Biting awareness threatening. Conscious numbing. My perception withers, finally, until now. Give or take those bitter years. The backwash taste of water. Heaving cough clears my mind. Being framed. It's all a setup. These memories separate. Still hear your stiletto heels and the hardwood hall. I'm the bringer of bad luck. Idiopathic and straining stress release punishment. Blessed be are those who fuck. So many holes blasted into my heart. It's a wonder I still have one. No worse, no better your regret. Ambition is hunger. Greed is unfocused theft. Cruelty is unavoidable. Voted least likely to do a goddamn thing. Stumbled in at 4:30 a.m., cunt on my breath. My standard of living is the lost art of losing. I follow your smell to the liquor store. Strip away the romance like old wallpaper. Peeling paint with eyes. Revealing underlying brutality of what humans really do to each other. Time is an animal. Sneaks on you and tears your goddamn brain out. Near-death hang-ups or mania for the unimportant. Vaguely discontent or happy in an abstract way. Selfish for the hell of it. Odd man out doesn't exist. Ceiling turns to paper cutouts. Caught with the deepest circles under your eyes. Ceiling falls, proving God started the war. So I scar my body like a good boy. It takes practice at self-destruction. I'll flip a coin and see who to ruin. Always myself. Selfish. Dog's holy life. Anti-materialistic, substantial abuser. Discouraged and outraged. Catatonic, unmanned rocket to the globe's core. Monitoring health, bordering on the psychotic. Relying on psychedelics. Helping to blind you. Helping to see the truth. Your Savior was nailed to a cross of wood. My Savior is welded to a cross of iron. Down to earth motherfucking post-amplification blues. Plus, minus, loved, hated, positive, negative, wholly blistered. Amputation theory and cigarette burns. Cleaning lady, fingering twat on your sofa. Molested your son in the bathtub. Rancid breath of a minimum wage worker. Alcoholic depression barks like an overfucked dog. Corporate animals, crack dust deteriorators. Reckless streak. Public politician assassinations began just as I knew they would, but darker and with more shouting. Black and blue crayon scratches on the same piece of paper. Circular saw makes sure no one comes in. Detention pen. We finally overcame our happiness. That was gained, not shackled. Worshipped methamphetamine. Inhaling detergents. Huffing Clorox down in the old parking lot. Outlaw reject. Outlaw murder. Wandering through stacks of yellow newspaper, reciting Waffen SS mantra, into wounds scabbed beyond belief. Cult of the hallucinogenic experience. Fear of the potential death and rebirth. Excessive immolation. It was days like this we had it made. Bury our heads in cement, stolen, torn and crippled. Wrapped in sheets, digested in blankets. Paralyzed from the neck up. 9 steps for detached terrorism. 1. Absorb contradiction. 2. Soak up distraction. 3. Kill your boss. 4. Be filthy of mind. 5. Reinstate illogical conversation. 6. Embrace negativism. 7. Baptize by addiction. 8. Preach vice. And 9. Steal for worthlessness. Divine fire is love. She put on some more lipstick. Her tears mixed with urine-drenching mouth and chest through white panties pulled to the side. I love her heart as well as her warm piss and the cuts and bruises on her body. Stitches are needed on this holy day, the 3rd year of 9s. Interstate freeway killers. Bleeding tears from a left ventricle and my upper chest torso. Shadowed by dim light lamp. Existing filament tested, burned. All dark out today, all buried and self-contained. Action Polaroid camera darkening these bulbs. Flickered off and on, attracting bugs. Insects by the gallons. Through electric plug, wall socket adapter. Dim light burnt clutch. Again, nobody shall ever be trusted as long as this horror goes on. That polyester man whose secret doesn't agree. Screw Mommy. Mommy screwed. Lick golden sky. Her eyes look like rain. My sight sees storm weather in the brown-green. Bloodshot optic nerves, weathered like wood, peer into glass streaked. Fingerprints smudging millipede legs. Centipede antenna. A certain somebody wants to be blindfolded. Mouth full of vagina. breastfed from a dog since the day I was born. Severe allergic infection. Ominous crush on death. This ink is dripping. Whatever these woods stood for, I've gotten beyond. We live down the road, from the time things were at their worst. Broken heads brainwashed. Hatred pulls me through. In your mind, instinct for survival. Censored views, trick and confuse. Narcotic-induced coma. Feeds hypothermic, sneak preview. Frailty, ritual castrated by reality betrayal. Plagiarism is soil from which flowers grow. The ghetto is alive with the sound of sawn-offs. My feet tangled in blackberry vines, a distorted set of rules. Disobedience overcomes reason. Write down on paper using pencils broken. Lead poisoning glitch. Jerked around to view Judah in his hazy, fucked up shadow state. Take as needed for pain. Take as needed, day in, day out, for sterilization. She burns me. I burn her. Tape on wrists and ankles. Last year she wanted a dollhouse. This year's her ears pierced. Such the daydreamer. Asleep in a car somewhere downtown. Sweat, shirt dripping. Purchasing over the counter, delouded in San Salvador. Split the fabric of time and space. Who gave you the roses? And break back the hand that rakes the ash, soaking inside, pouring outside. Who gave you the roses? Days are made to be wasted, savage blocks of time saved. Who gave you the roses? Static broadcast beams out like an impartial dolt staring blind. Knee-deep in the shell of war, this botched civilization, fading fast under world's crust. Statues toppled for a few million shattered. First-class privates quickly eliminated. Mortars, projectiles, fuses, landmines, smuggled in under the dove's wing. Who gave you the roses? Low lives and lone wolves. On the field of anger, from stressing too many points, existence is such a poor word. Hopeless but not helpless, right. Right, left hands tip over backwards, more like a circus than real time. Past tense folded, struggling to crack one more of those smiles you always hear about on television. Bring a bottle of your worst wine, with this evil feeling on my shoulder, thinking lonesome, penniless, like normal. Masters of legalized confusion. Patterns of rhythm go equally as far as rain would fall upon any certain day. An event coveted mostly by waterfalls, dusted trails, time down through the years. When a man or a woman opens a door, pain is soon forgotten in secrets and devil's prayer books, winding and winding around. In uncircular circles, squares maybe, but nonetheless round in shape. breaking the hand that kills fathers out of abundance. Loneliness in the kingdom of the blind eye. Grief takes its merry little toll, skipping further to the left of our ever so slightly fertile roadway, keeping this in mind. Write now in pen and scribe the wounded heart theory. Heaven is deaf to our calls of torture, but that's an old story. Masked laughter means losing your wisdom in a tornado of perpetual despair and dishonor. An empty house always repeats itself. Swimming in a world of fear, haste comes uncalled for, making you a slave to intelligence. Forget the truth, because from here on out, lies are all you will want to say. A wasted job could be just what you need. Your character lost betwixt the goat's feet of lousy farm animal dreams. When you begin the sinning process, remember, break down the littlest to the biggest in that order. If you are already wet, you cannot feel the storm. At this point, please, and I stress the word godless, separate and omit flowers and the blackish gray cloth from any preconceived notion of wickedness. As ringmaster, I tell you with whispered ejaculation this: the holy hedonism practiced on street corner crowds will free you from ever joining heads, Siamese style, in love with sadism.